Hello gamers, this is DNH and welcome back to SkyBlock Quickcarpet. So today I have a pretty interesting episode for you. So 2 episodes ago I did the time lapse on the beach and showed you the completion of that. And then last episode I did a tour of the beach. So this episode there are 2 main things. Number 1 is that I have updated to Minecraft 1.15.2. I know you probably are saying, hey, the pre-release for 1.16 just came out and you're barely going to 1.15. Well, the problem is that this SkyBlock world is modded. I mean, I've kind of been all wishy-washy about calling it modded in the past, partially because I just, I mean, when I think of modded, I think of like agrarian skies and stuff like that, where it's like heavily modded. There's not really any unvanilla items in this world or anything like that. But there are mods loaded with the Fabric mod loader to make this SkyBlock world do some of the things that it does. And so yeah, you have to kind of wait for everything to update to 1.15. That just recently happened, and 1.16 is about to come out, but I don't know when I'll be able to update to that. So the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a world download. I've been asked for that, and you can follow the link in the description to get the world download. However, because this is modded, I do want to caution you about the world download. I've not done really a modded world download before, although I've done plenty of world downloads. But so you can load this world up in just normal Minecraft 1.15. But note that some things won't work. For example, the sand farm that's here will not work. Basically, this is based on the Quickcarpet principle that anvils dropping on cobblestone will make sand, which will not work in vanilla Minecraft. Also, droppers can place blocks in Quickcarpet of cobblestone rather than just spitting them out. Also will not work. The cobblestone farm should work in theory in vanilla Minecraft, although when I loaded it to test it out, for some reason the lava turned into water. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but the lava spouts at the top above there turned into water, and I really don't know why that is, so that was kind of weird, and it didn't seem to work. Things like using fire to kill enemies on top of sand is not going to generate soul sand like happens, like I've shown you in past episodes. Shulkers won't respawn, so there might be some in the spawn area if you go right away, but if you kill any of them, they won't respawn any. But the main thing is that the terrain generation being SkyBlock is part of the Quickcarpet mod. So if you just want to look at the world that I've built and kind of walk around, it's probably fine to load it in 1.15. But if you want to play in it at all, if you go anywhere that I have not gone, and you know, I've pillared out a number of places, and I usually have about a 22 block render on, so it goes a little ways, but you don't even have to go that far from the main island before you'll start generating normal Minecraft terrain. So if you want to play in this world at all, just be careful that you're loading it in the way. And at the end of this episode, I will talk about the mods, or how to basically load up this SkyBlock world with the mods that I have. But I'll leave that for a little bit later. But right now, I want to give you kind of a quick tour of the things you can expect if you're going to get a world download. So this is the starting blocks right here. This was the starting thing. And then in this underground area is my main area. I have one of most everything down here, although I was noticing earlier that I don't have any sugarcane in this, so I need to put some sugarcane in there. For some reason, the sugarcane goes away in the vanilla version too. I don't know why. There's lava in here. There's an ender chest which doesn't have anything in it, a bed, some cats. You know, I mean, you can look around. This is a mob dropper, basically. So there's a dark room up there that spawns mobs. They drop down here, and they drop their loot into there. You can look through all these chests, but a lot of them have kind of an indication of what is inside of them. Yeah, there's sugarcane. There's some chests over there. There's a bunch of farms of, you've seen me harvest from these farms before. So there's tree farm. nether wart. And again, just look on the signs for bone, arrows, zombie flesh, gunpowder, carrots, blah, blah, blah. It shows some of that stuff. Watching my previous episodes, you can use a cobblestone generator. This is the switch for it. And this again should work in vanilla. It's all vanilla based principles. But yeah, and so it makes cobblestone. But I don't know why it didn't. This makes sand. You can flip this switch right here, and you can see that it goes making sand. The anvils, these place cobblestone. Anvils dropping on the cobblestone create sand. So you can make a bunch of cobblestone and sand till your heart's content. And pick that up and put that in here. Just blah, blah, blah. And these are all full of cobblestone right now, so whatever. Over here we have a dark room, which I would use to spawn enemies. You can go in here. I guess I'll show you this one time real quick. You can go in here and turn the light on. And then be careful about burning creepers, but if you burn normal enemies on sand and they die, basically they'll convert into soul sand. They'll convert that into soul sand. Usually. It doesn't always work. Okay, there you go. See? So you can get soul sand that way. Also, this is a witch hut that has been converted, and so only witches spawn in there, and they drop down using this gravity-fed drop-down area. And so you get that stuff in there. Boom, boom. Okay, and then over here is a iron farm. So there are basically villagers in the 4 sections. There's a clock. So over here is a clock, hopper clock, which opens and closes these windows, allowing the villagers that are in here to either get scared or not get scared. You'll see that in a second it'll open up. And there's a zombie in there, and the villagers will get scared. So they will spawn iron golems, and you can go down here to collect the iron. The iron golems will fall down. They'll get killed in there, and then there'll be iron and also poppies. So there's this bridge that leads off to here, and I'm not going to show you this area, but if you go off to there and go left, you'll reach a flower farm. If you go off to there and go right, you will reach the beach. I will maybe show you the beach going through the nether. Again, this is the backside of the farm. There's the cocoa beans, and then over here is where I have relocated all of the passive mobs. They're over here as cows, pigs, and sheep, and there's also some llamas. And actually, there's a wandering trader over here right now, but I think I've kind of traded him out pretty much. But yeah, yeah. I mean, he had some Heart of the Seas. Those are good. Anyway, so then let me show you this other area real quick. Okay, so back at the beginning, over here you have some villagers for trading. So in this first hut, you have some farming villagers. In the second hut, you have some more farming villagers. Over here, you have some butchers, although I've started breeding fishermen in here also. And I'm going to put the fishermen in here because I realized that one of their trades is cod, and I had all of that cod from the Guardian farm. So yeah, I should be able to really get some good fishermen in there. And then over here, We have several of the smiths. So these are the armor smiths over here. They're not really traded up very much yet. That's the next thing I need to probably do is to get some armor. Over here, we have some toolsmiths. These ones over here are probably the best toolsmiths. They have some of the best tools. And then over here are two sets of weaponsmiths right here. There's one of them that's pretty good. I guess it's that guy. And then there's some weaponsmiths over here too. So the library over there has a ton of librarians with books. And this center area has people that I'm basically working on. These ones try to have signs for people, but these have some of the better trades or whatever that you can use, mending or that kind of thing. So look for the signs on the outside and try to follow those to find the types of books you want. So over here we have the cathedral, which I'll go into in a second, but past the cathedral, if you go all the way out to the end of this bridge and take a left, going that direction, you're going to run into a jungle biome. Oh, there's a bunch of animals that spawned over there. You're going to run into a jungle biome, and that'll give you some stuff. And then over here, you have the drowned farm. I haven't really, now that I have access to turtles, I should be able to get turtle eggs, and that would make this farm a little bit better, but I haven't really had an opportunity to do that yet. But at night, this will spawn plenty of drowned. If you want to go to the top of the farm, you can take that ladder up, but this basically takes you to the center area of the farm, and if you go over in here, and we follow along this pathway, you can come up into this area, and if you stand in here, the drowned should track to you. Just be careful they don't throw spears or anything. And then I will eventually put like a turtle egg here or something, and then they'll track down to there. And then if you follow down to there, this is where they fall down to, and you can kill them, and then the hoppers will feed into this chest right here. Okay, so this is the inside of the cathedral. There's a portal there, which I'll go in a second. That leads to the nether, obviously. But in this other area behind here is where the clerics are. So there's doors over there or doors over here. Doesn't really matter. And you can go in, and they're kind of sectioned off in here. So they're good for trading zombie flesh, and you can get glowstone and redstone and some other stuff from in here. So, and there's just like a garden or whatever. Okay, so now we're going to go through to the nether. Okay, so I tried to label these farms, the outpost and importal that direction, ocean monument this direction, beach and the silverfish farmer this direction. So let's start this direction. And the beach, again, if you haven't watched the time lapse and the tour that I did the last couple weeks, go back and check those out. There's nothing. I mean, the beach there's nothing really technical about it, and it's kind of a big area to show you. So I'm not going to tour it there, but this is the easiest way to get to it. And you can just kind of walk around and look around and try to find the Rose Grotto if you didn't watch the episodes. Maybe that might be a little tricky. That goes off to nothing. It doesn't lead to anything. And silverfish farm over here. And again, in the nether too, how it's all void. If you load this up in a vanilla world, eventually the nether would start spawning normally. So this is a silverfish farm. And this path leads all the way from the by the jungle and by the chapel and stuff. So you could follow this path in the overworld all the way over here. That is another dark room that spawns mobs and drops them. I thought because I built that directly within an ocean temple or within a desert temple, I thought it would just spawn husks, but that is not part of this mod thing. So it just spawns normal mobs. I mean, it's fine. It works fine if you AFK up there, but it's not really any better than the dark room that's at the base. So I'm not really going to show it to you. This silverfish area is kind of important if you want to play in the modded SkyBlock because this has the ability to get you gravel. So again, part of the modding of Quickcarpet and the SkyBlock stuff. This is the end portal where where there's the end portal. There's a silverfish spawner. But if you if silverfish enter these blocks like they normally do, and so then you knock them out so that they get out of the blocks, basically what happens is they drop gravel, and you can use gravel to make numerous things with gravel, but you can also use gravel to combine with dirt to make coarse dirt, and then if you hoe coarse dirt, you make regular dirt. So it's a very nice cycle that allows you to make more and more dirt. So there we go. I will put this sword back there so that, well, I mean, honestly, you'll probably see, you're going to see the download from right before I started this episode. So anything you're seeing should be the way it was right when the episode started, basically. But anyway. Okay, this direction is the ocean monument, as it says on the sign. So we will go take a look at that real quick. Okay, and basically you come down here. Be careful not to walk off any edges because, you know, this is SkyBlock. There's just nothingness. But this spawns guardians in this tank, and I have yet to build any more tanks. There's just the one set right now. But really, it produces guardians pretty quickly. So you can come down this ladder over here. And you can AFK over here. This is a pretty good spot to AFK. Or you can do it down there, but the guardians will all fall down. And then when you've collected sufficient numbers of those, you can come down in here. And they all fall down here. And then these chests collect them. And this is great for getting prismarine crystals, cod, so you can make sea lanterns and whatever. This is why I'm starting to make fishermen to trade, because I'm getting tons and tons of cod. And there's a few shulker boxes over here for you already, but they help in the carrying of stuff. And this is for another set of tanks, which I haven't built yet. So, yeah, I mean, eventually maybe I will make more, although really this collects pretty quickly. I mean, I don't know that it would matter that much to make more. I mean, there are they kind of get clogged up here, but there are limitations to how fast they can spawn anyway. And I mean, just look at how fast they're dropping. So, who knows if I'll do anything more with this later on. I might or might not. Okay, so this way is mob farms, outposts, and the end portal. I have yet not done anything with the outpost other than make a portal which spawns to it, so there's nothing really there. So off this direction is the outpost and the end portal. We'll go there in a second, but off a little bit more this way are the mob farms. And as you'll see, these were some end fortresses or nether fortresses that I made a farm over in this one. So over in here, here's another good looting sword. And then you can come and just kill these guys. There's nothing really special about this. Pick up whatever loot that you want. And go through. There are 2 levels to this, actually. So I would usually come and just kill all of these things along the side, and then come all the way down. This is a pretty long corridor, and there's plenty of things that spawn in here. And then once I get to the end, I go up this ladder over here to go to the second floor of this. And then do the same thing, come all the way down killing things as I go. Now, these ladders also have access to the roof of this thing, which you don't really need, and this is all half slabbed, so nothing should really spawn up there. But also over here is a furnace. Anything that you put in here will get smelted, and I've stored some bamboo in the back here, and so it'll come out into that chest, just a simple furnace. That back. And then down here in this ladder is an area where we have ghasts and magma cubes that spawn. So I learned that if you're very careful with the ghasts, they won't necessarily shoot at you. So I come up here and just kind of peek out over this and shoot them without those guys seeing me, and then I can come in and collect anything good, ghast tears that exist in here, kill these things to get magma cream, and do the same thing. Oh, did I leave something? No. Okay, and do the same thing over in the next area. Now, one of the things about this particular, again, if you're playing on the modded version, the Quickcarpet SkyBlock stuff, is that ghast tears can be smelted into quartz. So that is how you get quartz in this pack. And I'll just show you real quick on the furnace. And ghast tears obviously still have their own uses for potions or whatever, but if you put a ghast tear in here, it'll get smelted in there using bamboo, which takes like 4 bamboo, but, you know, I had a ton of bamboo, so whatever. And then it comes out as quartz, so good stuff. I'm going to put all this stuff in here for right now. Yeah, so that's this area for the mob farms. So over in here we have, this is the portal to the outpost. I have yet not done anything there. But then over here is the portal to the end portal. So if we take this, and again, be careful of the edges, because you can just fall off right into the void. I haven't made this perfectly safe, so always just be a little cautious when you're walking out around stuff. But yeah, there's a bed over here and stuff like that. I'm not going to sleep, which I guess will mean I'll respawn at the Silverfish Farm. Is that the last place I slept? I don't know. Anyway, so over in here, there's an end portal. You can jump in, and it takes you to here. Now, this direction is a Enderman Farm, which should also, in theory, work in vanilla Minecraft. But, I mean, there's nothing modded about this farm, although it's a really good farm. So I assume it works, although the cobblestone farm should have worked too, and it doesn't, so who knows. But it certainly works in the modded version. There's a, so you see a bunch of Endermen going and flowing in. There is a silverfish, or not, an endermite that is trapped in a minecart, and that allows those guys to be kind of drawn in. And then we go down here. Then there's a big area covered with water, so they cannot teleport away from where they're at. And then there's this kind of big room, which is, 2.5 high or whatever, so they can't teleport in here. I had, there's another good sword with looting. I had an intention on making like an enchanting setup in here, but there's no diamonds. I can't make an enchanting table. You see they're dying mostly from being packed in, but you can also just come in and sweeping edge, looting, whatever, and just get tons and tons of XP. This is a great XP farm. And honestly, there's, tons of ender pearls and all of these things, more than you would ever want, really, essentially. But, yeah. So this is a great farm. And then if you need to access the roof area with the water, and there's obviously a few resources in there, you can come up on the outside here. This is too far away for them to teleport, and it's half slabbed, so nothing spawns. But then, yeah, this is up here, and occasionally they'll teleport up to on here, but then they'll immediately go back because the water. So I haven't had any real problems or issues with it. Okay, then if you go the other direction from this starting pad, you will encounter two things. So here's the spawn platform where you come in. The first thing you'll encounter is this staircase down to the end portal. So this is where the Ender Dragon died or whatever. The dragon egg is down there, and that would be the exit from the end to go back to the overworld. But also there is this big pad over here which has a gateway to go to what will be what's basically where you can get shulkers. So shulkers will respawn in end cities in this in what's designated as an end city box. There's some ender pearls in there, and then I'm going to go through, and there's some ender pearls in that chest over there. So if we come down here and go off in this direction, you'll see eventually this new version on 1.15 adds some green outlines. I'm not even sure what that is. But anyway, you'll come along this for a little while. Okay, and as you can see, that's where an end city would spawn. Now, one didn't because of the SkyBlock terrain generation that I have. And if you come in this in vanilla, again, because I visited here, this is going to look like it looks. I mean, nothing's going to spawn and whatever. But if you started flying around or pillaring out places or whatever in vanilla, eventually you would run into in cities that would generate basically because they're new terrain generation under normal Minecraft. But if you install all the mods and follow all that, you would see what is here. So this is so there's nothing there specifically, but then I built this, and within the purple bounding boxes, shulkers will spawn under the Quickcarpet mod. So if we come up in here, like I said, if you load this in vanilla, there might be some shulkers already in there from being spawned, but if you kill them, they won't respawn. However, if you have all of the mods and stuff installed, the Quickcarpet mod installed, basically killing them will respawn them. So, yep. But you can go in, kill shulkers, collect them, and is there a sword in this thing? Maybe not. I don't know that looting really helps, but there's some resources and arrows and things, some more buttons. I have buttons on anywhere that they can teleport to so that they don't teleport to them, and then these are half slabs. So, yeah. That is basically all that there is to really show you in this world. So I am going to tell you how to install the mods so you can play the way that I play. But before I do that, I just want to make a quick disclaimer that I did not make any of these mods. I mean, I've used them and they've been fine for me, but I don't advocate any of them. I don't know what any of them do. So I don't have any say in any of them. So yeah, use this stuff at your own risk. And this isn't intended to be a comprehensive tutorial on how to install and make this the way I have it. I just wanted to, I will put a link to Ilmango's tutorial for the initial setup of Quickcarpet. And, and if I see any other good ones, I might link them too. But this isn't intended to be a full tutorial, just telling you kind of what I did and the directions that I followed. So first of all, you will need Fabric mod loader. So you will want to go to Fabric, and there are several different versions depending on, again, what kind of Minecraft you run, what kind of computer you have, that kind of thing. So, well, I don't know that computer matters, but basically what kind of Minecraft you run, or if you run multi craft or that kind of thing. So there is the main Fabric page, and there is a wiki page for how to install it. And then you will want the Fabric API, which is a whole secondary thing. So make sure you get all three of those things downloaded and installed. Now, the next thing that you will want is you will want the Quickcarpet mod, and you will probably want the most recent version of Quickcarpet. But pay attention. So this world is going to be on 1.15, so pay attention for that. And I'll show you where the releases page is, and that has a bunch of the functionality that's in here. But then you will also want the SkyBlock version that uses under the same thing. So make sure you get both of those versions, and I will put information on the screen and down in the description to kind of guide you to the most recent one at the time when I'm making this video. But things, again, this isn't a full tutorial. Things can change. Just understand that I've loaded the Fabric API, Quickcarpet, and SkyBlock. Okay. So really that is the only thing that you need to completely play in the way that I've played. I mean, the world should work. It should spawn. It should generate terrain that is the Skyblock style terrain. It should work just fine with only those four things installed. And mostly it's just installing the Fabric mod and then putting the other things in the mods folder and then launching the appropriate version. I mean, that's really how you're going to do it. Now, there are some other mods that I use in this, so I'm going to tell you about those. But they aren't necessary, but I think they're helpful, or I use them for various things. The first one is Optifine. Optifine is good for video settings or using shaders, which I haven't used in any videos yet, but I might play around with that some. I've been trying to play around a little bit with texture packs and things. But it has some performance boosts, but it also allows you to zoom with the C key, or it has some additional niceties and features that you can use. Again, not necessary, but Optifine is something that you can use. However, you will want to download Optifine and make sure you pick probably a developmental version so you can get 1.15. It depends, again, on when you're loading this. But also you need Optifine for Fabric or OptiFabric, because Optifine usually doesn't load under the Fabric API or Fabric loader. You will want the version of OptiFabric, which helps load that Optifine settings and things like that. So make sure that you get both of those things in order to get Optifine loaded. The next thing you've seen me use a lot, and even in this video, is Bounding Boxes Outline Reloaded. It made the outlines of the Nether Fortress and the End Fortress and some of those things, like the purple boxes or the all those colored boxes that you saw in outlines. I think that's really handy, particularly when it comes to the Skyblock world. That is very handy to have those basically showing you kind of where outlines are, where things are. It's really helpful. And so I will put a link for Bounding Boxes Reloaded. Again, I don't speak for any of these mods. I'm just saying that these are things that I've used, and it's particularly helpful for this Skyblock series. Now, the last thing that I use on this, and this is the only other mod I use or have installed, is Replay Mod. And I like Replay Mod. It's very good. I'm not telling you don't get it or anything like that. But I will tell you that if you're not planning on doing anything with Replay Mod, it's probably not worth getting. I use it for time lapses, which you've seen some of my time lapses and stuff, and it's incredibly handy for doing that. But if you don't do time lapses or want to do instant replays or some of the other features that it might offer, it's kind of it's not too big a download, but it's kind of resource intensive, and it creates files on your computer, and it's probably not worth it unless you're going to specifically use it, is my point. So Just consider that. But that is the only other thing I have installed, and I will put a link again for that and for all of these in the description. So Replay Mod is the only other thing. So yeah, Fabric API, Quickcarpet, and SkyBlock by Deadly MC and Sky Rising are the ones that you really need to install to get this working. Optifine is just a nicety to have, and then OptiFabric is required for that to work. And then the Bounding Boxes mod and Replay mod are the only other things that I have installed. So yeah, do all of that and you will have the world as I have it. And you can download the world download from the link in the description also. And you should be able to put all that together to view my SkyBlock world and make an extension of it if you want, or whatever. Amazing stuff. So hopefully that helps you out with what you're trying to do. Like I said, links for everything should be in the description. I am gonna go. As always, gamers, have a good evening, day, and night. Minecraft, time-lapse, mob traps, world maps, cat naps, rap tracks perhaps. You'll tune in and watch the hijinks, and if you like, click the up and subscribe links.